Hi guys, me again. Basically, after I had my MRI on my leg, which you can see in my previous video, obviously M stands for magnetic, and I have quite a few piercings in my ears, and yeah, so obviously I had to take them out. Now, it's been about 3 or 4 weeks since my MRI, and I've only just put my piercings back in for some bizarre reason. I've literally just put them back in now. I'm bored, I'm home alone, I'm sat watching Big Bang Theory. So I thought I'd do a quick video on all my piercings. Obviously you can see quite blatantly I got my nose. I've only got one there, and if I'm by myself, it's my right nostril. Obviously because the camera's opposite. I don't know why I just put that out, ignore that. My sister did this to me. I'd say pain threshold wise, it was about a 3-4 out of 10. I didn't think it was that bad at all. It made my eyes water like hell, but I loved it. I had Labret in it for a couple of days, and then I went to go have my leg tattoo done. No, sorry, I had my shoulder redone actually. And then I asked to have a heat put in it, and as you can see, if I turn it, I've got a little gap there, and it's one of those barbells that you have like the ball in the middle, and I really didn't want to ball it, so I've just got the gap, which is a bit annoying because it gets caught in the piercing bit actually a quick bit. Okay, next one, my tongue. At the moment I have a 10mm. Obviously I've had my tongue ring back in, but that was, my tongue ring was before I had my nose pierced. And out of 10 I'd say that was about a 7, 8. I'm quite a wuss when it comes to my, I was going to say my delicate areas then, oh my god. Obviously the tongue is quite sensitive anyway. I didn't have the spray at all. Yeah, that was quite painful. My sister came with me, and she recorded the whole thing. I'm deciding not to put the video up because I'm literally, the thing that hurt, I'm literally nearly screaming in the video. So I'm not putting that up because I look an entire wuss, and apart from that I look a mess in the video anyway. So yeah, that was painful. I'd say the thing that hurt most was the clamps, because you get the tiny little hairbands, elastic hairbands. He must have wrapped it around about 4 or 5 times, and it was just really tight. I was squirming so much under the clamps, and it did hurt quite a bit. So yeah, I'd say that was about 7, 8 out of 10. I don't want to experience the out of 10 rating. I'm a wuss. Everyone knows it. Yeah. Okay, so next one is my stomach. As you can see, I have a double piercing. The top one I got when I had my cross tattoo done, if I show you. The cross tattoo, by the way, was 15 quid. Bargain. And that's where I got all my tattoos done, and where I got my tongue piercing done. That one was, I'd say, about a 6 or 7 out of 10. I went to Federation Piercing in Bristol, if you know it. Hi guys. Yeah, so that's where I got that done. I had my tongue done in Chip and Salisbury Tattoo U with all my tattoos, but Federation Piercing, my sister knew the piercer at the time, and apparently he was really nice and what have you, and I'd rather know someone before I would go get a tattoo or piercing or what have you. So I've always been to kind of go with my sister when she gets her tattoos done. I've always met the tattooist, Phil his name is, absolutely brilliant. He's done my tattoos really cheap, and he's done them really, really well, so I wouldn't go to anyone else. Next one. So as you can see, I do have a double piercing. Excuse the flab. The double piercing, the second one is my latest one. That hurt more because I used a 1.2 needle, and I used a small banana bar to put in first because I made sure that it was quite a small gap because I knew it was going to catch on my trousers and what have you. And then stupidly 2-3 days later, I took out the banana bar that was absolutely tiny, like the tiny ones that you get. As you can see one there, I've got one in my ear. Tiny. Then I put a proper belly bar in that was already sterilised. I did it right here and what have you. All my piercings that I have done, I've made sure that they are sterilised. It is number one rule. I do not like wearing gloves because the needle always slips my hand. I do not use clamps per se. I use bulldog clamps that you put the files together and stuff like that. Works just as well. I've had a couple of lip rings and what have you that I never end up liking, and that's what I use, etc, etc. So that's my stomach done, that's my nose, that's my tongue done. On to the ears. So my lobes were the first ones I was done. I had those done when I was 7. It was rather painful. I remember coming home screaming, and the only way my mum could shut me up was with a Milky Bar. I used to love them as a kid, so yeah. Then my second lobes were the second ones to be done in my ears, and I was 13, 14. Yeah, I wanted to be kind of emo back then. I was always trying to like fit in and shit. So I decided to get my ears pierced. I don't know why, because my hair was always down or up, and you could see that it would like cover it. The next one was this one up here. Exclusive discs. I had to put my librets in backwards because I couldn't put them in. I couldn't bother to like go around my head, so I put them back in. My sister did this one after we found my granddad's piercing needles down the workshop, because my granddad used to deliver them to Frenchay and stuff like that to all the hospitals, and for some bizarre reason that one didn't get delivered and it's in a workshop. So useful. So it was like 100 needles. I mean, my sister just kind of looked at each other like, yeah, we're going to share those. I was like, yeah. So yeah, that one was the next one. And then that one was next. Sorry, the pain threshold for that, I'd say, was about 3-4. It was literally just a quick crunch and what have you. All my piercings I've done slowly because it's all kind of like hesitant and stuff like that, and I just don't like kind of the jerk, really. So that was about 3-4. This one, on the other hand, is right on the cartilage. You could see my weird ear, actually. That is actually my birthmark. So, normal ear, birthmark hair. I got a flap over there, which I thought was quite cool. So yeah, I'd say that one was 6 or 7 because it was nearly pure cartilage there. But I did it anyway. So, yeah. And then I originally had another one in the middle, right there, but I pierced it funny and it went diagonal and it just never healed over. So I thought, bugger it, I'm taking it out. It's still not healed over now. It's been about 2 years since I did it. I put it in every now and again just to see if it's okay and stuff like that. But there's been no infection. It was just sore all the time and it just never healed over. So yeah. So yeah, and the next one is right there, right next to it. That's my latest one on my ears. I'd say that one was, well, the same as that one really. It didn't hurt that much. I'd say about 3-4, but that one I did slowly, so I don't know why it didn't hurt. It hurt less. Yeah. So my professional ones are my tongue, my top belly bar, first and second lobe, and then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that I've done myself. Altogether, I have 13 piercings. They've all been reasonably cheap. I've never had any problems with them, ever. I will only use, believe it or not, that's actually a stud. Yeah, that's a stud at the moment, and then I've got one of those internal kind of hoops that you can like keep on spinning your ears because I like doing that. And then the rest in the first, well, besides that one because that was obviously the hoop, in my second one there, my second and third, I have banana bars. because I couldn't actually get anything else in my ears lately. I would normally put the Bretts in there, just because they don't stab my ears, so it'll be interesting in sleeping at least, and like, cause I've got like pointed ends on back and front at the moment. Like I said, the Bretts at the top are backwards at the moment. So yeah, I love my piercings. I've had this tunnel. If I take it out, I think it's a 12mm, but I love the design on it. I got a lot of Blue Banana, and it's a top hat. Well, I don't know if you can call this one a top hat. I just like that it goes obviously wider and shorter, but I love the design on it. That was £3 in Blue Banana. I've had this one stretched since I went out to a 10mm until I was 17, and obviously because your ear keeps on sweating and what have you, I used to have a top hat, the screw-on top hats, and it always used to come out. So I thought, well, maybe it just needs a clean, because I don't clean my piercings. I just kind of make sure I kind of rub them when I'm in the shower and what have you, to give them a bit of a clean out. Yeah, I went up to 10mm when I was about 17, and then it started playing up or coming out when I turned 20, actually. It's only lately that it's actually started coming out. It's really quite weird, so the elasticity might